I actually don't have a lot of questions because we have seen these bills before, but I'm very glad to see them again. And it's interesting to me that we've had a lot of Democratic support for the repeal of the medical device tax. I think that is a significant thing. I think, again, in their efforts to finance the Affordable Care Act, my friends used a number of measures that they didn't much like themselves. They've always been more than ready to cooperate in postponing the tax on insurance proposals, for high-end insurance proposals. And so I don't feel a need to pay for something I didn't vote for in the first place. And frankly, that the people who advanced it routinely join us to either postpone it or repeal it. That seems to me a flaw in the, if people that came up with the plan, this was the best way they could finance it, was stuff that they wouldn't vote for themselves once it was actually going to come into practice. It tells me that if you want more money, and it tells what taxes you want to raise. Those, I haven't seen those proposed on the other side. So again, this to me is something that hurts innovation, costs jobs, and taxing people that are using medical devices seems to me the most counterproductive thing in the world. It really does. I mean, why would you tax people for being sick or handicapped? And that's what we're doing here. So I applaud my friend for doing it, and I feel the same way that my friend from Kansas does on HSAs. Again, let's give people the choice to decide what's best for themselves, make these kind of decisions. You know, I think that's one of in my view, one of the most egregious faults of the ACA is it takes away decision-making from a lot of people for what they think it works for them. It's helped some people. There's no question about that. I'm the first to acknowledge it's helped millions of people. It's also hurt tens of millions of people by limiting their choices and increasing their prices. So I think, just in my view, fundamentally flawed legislation, and I think these are two steps in the right direction. And frankly, I think they're steps that will attract a lot of Democratic support, particularly on the medical device tax. And guess what? When we roll out the plan to postpone the tax on insurance, high-end insurance proposals, I bet there'll be a lot of Democrats voting for that too, because they always do. So again, if they want to finance a program with mechanisms that they themselves don't want to enforce, I think it's kind of hypocritical then to ask Republicans to support them. So with that, I yield back.
Chairman Cole, thank you very much. Gentleman from Oaks.